Earlier, hotel na say today, now the program will they look exclusively inside the political violence where people allege say been happen na constituency 056 na SamayaBendugu chiefdom inside Tonkolili district over the weekend ahead of the by-election with the ECSL general for the All People's Congress APC party, the interim transitional governance committee. Good morning, Honorable Abdul Kago, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, 98.1. Good morning, Mifambo Lena Salon.
All right, on Saturday, na be the APC den day for rally na constituency 56 na SamayaBendugu chiefdom inside Potloko district ahead of the by-elections where ACSL for all na this constituency. So many conflicting reports them don't they come out na that particular area day from Saturday to now. You can just start for explain exactly wetin be happen where the APC been go rally na this constituency.
Okay, before Saturday, the first day we get the rally, now me go launch the APC rally na SamayaBendugu. Immediately after we launched the APC rally, where we left a cross-section of SamayaBendugu. Immediately when we launched the APC rally, where we left, then go attack we supporters them, then chap some, then damage some, and we even issue out a press statement relating to the fact say some of we supporters then are SamayaBendugu, then go attack them, then wound some, then chap some. But from what we issue out that press statement, the up till now, no arrest not be made. Nobody they not question. Nobody they not ask a single thing. Then even the chairperson for the Tonkolili district also go na police station. He tell the policeman and say let them go investigate what happened. The police motorcar left with the intention say then they go investigate what happened. Then go for over 4 hours when they return. Then tell the chairperson say how the motorcar and bug they not be able to reach them. So for all the damages that we then cause to we supporters them, no single person they no arrest. Well, let me come to Saturday. Waiting happened Saturday. Saturday, always neck the issue out campaign calendar. Where then they say, you party, now you get this, you party, now you get this. And SamayaBendugu, now only 2 party contest day. That is SLPP and APC. So the calendar now that today na APC, tomorrow na SLPP, today na APC, now 1 day in, 1 day out. You see. So the day where we get our own campaign have been Saturday. SLPP been get their own campaign on Friday. On Friday, now SLPP been get their own campaign. We been get Saturday. Saturday, we don't rally how people learn don't decide for common. We then at the checkpoint now for enter Bumbuna. Now the AIG to me say, we no get right for commot now though. We no get right for enter inside Bumbuna. Now I ask him, I say, AIG, are we? I say, today now we did for campaign. He say, yes, here we are. Say, now we did for campaign. I say, well, why we no for enter for go campaign? When SLPP don't campaign yesterday, now I say, in get instruction, say, we no for enter inside. We not for go inside because Vice President the inside. Now I say, but AIG yesterday, Vice President Minde Naya, a campaign Naya yesterday. I say, and today now we undi. And we don't rally around. We don't spend so much money for law we carry for campaign. We don't spend so much money for law we get that we say for law we can campaign to people. And we people we need a team for restore hope to them. We people we need a team for restore confidence in them because they don't go through a lot of intimidation at the ground. AIG to me insistently say nobody know they cross the checkpoint. Nobody. In fact, he even order officers them. Then carry tear gas. They say anybody will cross the lane officers then take action. So we see and say unfair. They kept us in that checkpoint for over 4 hours.
Another issue again. Now they all get for do with the standing PPRC agreement. Hello, Honorable.
Smart.
Another issue again, and you all get for do with a standing PPRC agreement where say during them by elections there are so people their way not come out na the particular region, not get right for go day in any of the campaign them. That's one of the issues them we been come up again. Una always been go na SamayaBendugu, na indigenous of that particular constituency day.
Of course, you know say we na the national officers them. We don't run the affairs of the party right now. Most of the one that will go from the na Bumbuna then they, some the na Tonkolili then they, na indigenous them of the area na then go they. You see, we will come out some will go as national officers for go oversee the process. We not even boku. Most of the one they are indigenous of the ground. Now they've been there with we where we go that day for go ensure say we campaign at the ground that day. And quite honestly, if when are we did, regardless of the fact say now we did, they mount 3 checkpoints. Now they are the see soldier man, they pull gun, the point and live. You say anybody pass at the firearm. The soldier man then sets ambush now the bush. They all go now the bush, then they don't the point gun, regardless of the fact say now be we there for campaign. You see, the intimidation was too much. Then car with soldier truck, then block the road, say nobody not for pass. Then car with police motor car, then block the road, say nobody not for pass. And it was clear that that day was allocated was allotted to APC for the APC campaign. You see, the only thing
during the campaign process, una national officers them and some of the people them will be there to na that particular constituency they then come out. The 2018 flag bearer for the All People's Congress APC party, himself been they part of them people and they. Now that part of the country they himself come out.
Now they say we always they look forward to a day where APC they rally, where everybody stakeholders then they come. Not so they in commot, but in a stakeholder of the party. Any other flag bearer equally in a stakeholder of the party. So flag bearers they also will get much influence now every side them now the country. Also can go we buy elections then and forgo and show say then campaign. Minus we una go inside the other party when a SLPP. A good number of them self-way goody, not to indigenous, not to indigenous of the ground. Not to indigenous of the ground. You see, but nobody questioned them. Nobody asked a single question about them. The World Party executive go. You see, then get former flag bearers, then say, we don't contest for be flag bearer and SLPP. We then say they participate in them programs then they. But you know where anybody question them. You see, so now SamayaBendugu, you know the ON will not get representation. APC not get representation. So all waiting then talk, now waiting the representation from SLPP explain. Now in then get as a report for now one-sided report then get. You see. So we already with the say this country.
Honorable, as we speak now, yesterday we see a joint press release from the ECSL when at the electoral body way for conduct the by-elections and the Comra body for all the political party they win a PPRC they do a joint press release who said they don't ban on a party the APC and the SLPP on the 2 political party them where they contest na this by-election not for all rally again. From the APC perspective, how na take this ban way come out from the PPRC and the ECSL?
Yeah, we accept that in good faith. Because we they work towards anything where they count peace and stability in the electioneering process. We accept that in good faith. But we only the place where them put the law and not go favor one party against the other party. Where them say no rally, strictly no rally, not for the. Because we have always respected the law. We always don't respect the law. We always don't go according to the law. You see? So we always and as I talk so now, you know, the people the way them been go arrest now the ground. Even the campaign chairman of the APC, as I talk so now, he didn't sell. The key APC supporters them as I talk so the all didn't sell. Whilst the process of campaign they go on. You see, so to me, I feel say we are not treated fairly. You know, even the day we for campaign, then take 3 checkpoints, point live gun per supporters of the APC for prevent them not for even enter the campaign. So to me, as he say, a level playing field should be created. You see, this not small election. It come in pass.
Just like IUCF states, this not small election are just a by-election. Then kind intention they also don't begin come out from this particular constituency. And even before this by-election, other political violence and don't they arise now political campaign them during by-elections them. And now Una as the main opposition party don't begin cry foul. Next year in a general election, how prepared is the APC?
Well, you see, they say a chick that is going to be a cock is spotted the first day it is hatched. This now this election they create the platform for all we see and for all we know waiting for happen 2023. So we want to seize the opportunity for talk to the forces then for exercise some amount of independence. You see, let them ensure say nobody no use them for achieve waiting they want. You know, the day we then go block we, it was glaring, it was clear. You know, when we ask why make them block we, then say no, we know for pass because vice president then at the ground. Then say we know for go up there. We say, always then are we there. So the mere fact that the forces could prevent us the day when are we there for go campaign, you know, and make sure say we're not able to campaign. To me, now an element way unfair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Abdul Kago, Secretary General for the APC Interim Transitional Governance Committee. We will continue the program and we will go back on the phone as we dey talk to the two main political party them where they contest na the by-election na constituency 56 na SamayaBendugu chiefdom inside Tonkoleli district, and we dey look at the violence them will be happen at this particular constituency over the weekend. Well, on the phone now we get the National Publicity Secretary for the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party, Wena Lahai Lawrence Lima. Good morning, Mr. Lima, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, Kaija, and thank you for having me on the program.
Mr. Lima, you can please speak a bit louder.
Good morning, Khadija. Thank you for having me on the program.
Right. I hope say you listen to the interview we'll do with the Secretary General for the Interim Transitional Governance Committee for the All People's Congress APC Party. Over the weekend, alleged political violence don dey comot from constituency 56 na SamayaBendugu chiefdom wey na Tonkoleli district, and the SLPP na one party dem where they contest na this by-election. From the SLPP angle, wetin una make up of the alleged political violence there so wey don dey comot na this part of the country, especially now when at time wey the country dey prepare for all general elections next year?
Well, first of all, we condemn every form of violence we associated with elections, be it by or general, because at the end of the day, it could disadvantage the voters then for make a fair decision. And the very more reason we as a party always conduct ourselves in a very peaceful manner, because we believe say conducting ourselves in a peaceful manner, now that can able for always help we for put your message across. So the people then we will buy into the message. Now that make when violence can be normally associated with elections, we not can be comfortable with them. And that is why as a party we condemn every form of violence. And we not participate in any form of violence for elections.
All right, allegation them where don't they come out na this particular side, especially on Saturday, where na the day according to the campaign calendar, na the day where the All People's Congress for come out, and according to the Secretary General for the Interim Governance Committee, he said them be go there then as the stakeholder of the party and self people away come out na that side of the country. Then be one for enter Bumbuna, but the police been stop them, say they not for enter. Although na then they for campaign, they not for enter na Bumbuna because the vice president been there na Bumbuna, so they not for enter. Now one of the allegation then they, and according to Honorable Abdul Kagbo, he say then they intimidate their own political party.
Well, the word intimidation, I now actually feel say that is the story, and I also know that the story of the vice president obstructing the own day of rally. But let's get it this way. On the day of SLPP rally, which was the first day, they rally and conduct themselves in a very peaceful atmosphere and put the message across. All right. So on the other day when the APC got the rally day, it was marred with violence, insults, invectives on the paramount chiefs, to the extent also them beat one section chief in Peking mercilessly, caused all over the place, to the extent that it got for lead up to confrontation, we got for bringing in the intervention of the police. The issue of saying that they were disadvantaged because of vice president being in that environment, that is not the issue. Instead of engaging in campaign and putting the message across, they left that side, then take upon using invectives on the stakeholders of that community, and at the same time beat other stakeholders and picking them. And if they use violence against people and also cause, that means you not conduct yourself in any peaceful way. And when you not conduct yourself in any peaceful manner, you warrant the police for intervene for make sure say them prevail, sanity prevail in the circumstance. So now that kind of situation they happen, not to waiting in the alleged say now being because vice president come there block them not for go for go do them rally. And just like where I read you, they really interview them. Part of the reasons and also will lead to the serious violence confrontation are the very fact say them be the import talks them into the election, I mean into the campaign. And those talks will
Na
come not
thugs them.
familiar with the terrain
Mr.
and not to
Lima,
do
you
them
get
born.
evidence saying na thugs then and be the import?
The very fact say people were in that environment where police apprehend, we not born in that environment. And you get people them also when are stakeholders them yonder way them apprehend people and they with machetes and also even weapons. And so far as I also don't find out, then people and they will then hold not to yonder them born and not to them they. And quite apart from that, that particular environment gets a nature of secret society we're familiar with the community. So the one them will come, the nature of songs with them be the sing, not familiar with the secret society of that community. So what means is there were a lot of importation of people were not accustomed to the customs and traditions of that particular community, and therefore decide to disrupt the particular that campaign because they not get a political message. The message then gets now violence and invectives on stakeholders who probably then perceive say then SLPP or then they sympathize with SLPP. And this should not be the spirit of democracy. The spirit of democracy is put your message across, rally, let the voters then buy your message. So that is exactly waiting now me on findings we I get on waiting happen on the ground. We
Mr.
make police
Lima,
intervene for make sure say peace prevail in the situation.
Mr. Lima, the presence of the vice president on the day where the APC supposed for rally because of the by-elections, when they get na constituency 56, you think say in presence na that particular constituency day at that particular day it be appropriate?
I don't know waiting be the government functions where the vice president get, but I not feel say because of political rally get for stop the movement of a government official, especially on an official function.
Even though na a day where the other opposition party suppose for rally, and according to their own defense wey they put out now that then stop dem not for enter Bumbuna on that particular day because the vice president be dey na that according to Honourable Abdulkabo, he say na that the police tell them.
Well, now that Honorable Abdulkab will tell you, but what you mean, no, the vice president is a very senior stakeholder of the state, and if you get an official functions for attend to, as far as I'm concerned, if APC was very peaceful in their conduct, in their manner, I don't feel say the police get any reason for stop them because the vice president therefore go attend to an official function. But in as much as probably their conduct not being very much conducive for the security atmosphere for the vice president in visit or the performing of in official function, then I feel say the police being reasonable under the circumstances for make a decision where they feel say it good for the peace and the security of that community.
Look at the heavy presence of the military and the police. Now that particular area they on Saturday. The heavy presence of the military and the police normally it can just happen where they mount MacP. But on Saturday, no reports no come out say MacP they on, but heavy presence of police and military been there na that particular constituency. And the 2018 flag bearer for the APC, Ususa, he make a tweet say the military and the police been threatened say if here people then go inside and go shoot.
Well, there's one thing we need for be clear on MacP. We got what we call emergency MacP. It not necessarily means say you got to get a pre arrangement for MacP, but if a security situation degenerates to the circumstance that the police not able to contain the situation, the LUC can always initiate intervention of the military through in counterpart when are the commanding officer of the district, where they can escalate them through their own chain of command. So this tells you if them and the question also of a heavy presence of military, even though I not been there on the ground, but I want to say that is not true. But if it is true, then it also reveals the nature of violence that was perpetrated on the people, because a section or even a team of soldiers is capable enough for able to quell down any riotous situation in circumstances where the military is invited. But if we dey talk of a circumstances where there is a heavy presence of a military personnel on a political riotous conduct, then that tells you the nature of violence that was perpetrated on the people of that community. So if it's not an exaggeration that there was a heavy presence of military, then I want to say the violent situation will be perpetrated by a particular political groups, then a uncalled for a democratic nature, for a democratic processes of that nature. So my view is that let we try for the conduct itself in the conduct that is really good for with democracy and for with peace and stability of the state.
In as much as they speak as Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs, they speak as the PRO for the SLPP. But I go ask you this question: fingers on the point on the police from the main opposition say then they feel intimidated, especially anytime we buy elections. Them can the police can intimidate them, not for campaign and self people don't and supporter them, not them particular side. So the police they intimidate them, the police they arrest them and lock them up.
Khadija, I have to say this to the public. Intimidation is not the tactics of winning elections. In fact, as far as we concern as a party, intimidation is a pattern for make people and fed up with you. So because the APC not gets message, then the flare up situation for make the ruling government look bad. But one thing is clear, that the police are a professional institution. The security sector very professional in what they do, and then gets their own instructions from the chain, and then they address security situation for make sanity prevail. So the issue of talking of intimidation and obviously police or military, they take any bias stand against any political party. So any political party we want for say then they intimidate them, and I'm very certain that probably they not don't conduct themselves in a manner where a very compliant with the rules where they guide the particular conduct of that elections or campaign. So what me go say for make we avoid this issue of blame game on the security sector, let we try for the conduct itself according to the rules that we establish. Elections are two things: either you win or you lose. And if you lose, it's a reason for let you go back to the drawing board and put yourself together and prepare for the next elections. But if you listen from Honorable Abdul Kagbo, we be to say this particular election will be a conduit for make them able for determine their success in 2023. So that tells you the strategies the way they don't put in place that whatever happens, they have to win it. So if you go in for that kind of determination, yes, you don't get second alternative, say forget an alternative options. Then you go in for see the elections, or the campaign as a do or die. And when that happens, you therefore go every way possible or make sure say you either perpetrate violence or invectives, or either create a situation wherein you get for blackmail state institutions and the like.
But finally, next year, the country, they get general elections, and the Salon People's Party being the ruling party within governance now. How now go ensure, say, Salon people and participate in a free, fair general elections with no violence?
There's one thing that is clear. I think I will encourage all political parties, including we self as a party, for let we get a clear-cut message. And for us as a party, I'm very certain we message very clear. It is there in the public domain. So let the APC self, let them try for also get a message where they will bring come to the public. The issue should not be violent. It should be how much we want for come back and make sure say we continue the good work where we don't do. Then self forget a message. I don't need for tell them waiting for be the message. But then self forget a message where them for put out to the people. But if you come with a message to the people who get for votes at the end of the day, and you mad your message with violence, intimidation, at the end of the day, you warrant the security forces will come into the situation for make sure say then quell the situation down and make sanity prevail. As far as me concerned, the general elections
Lahai Lawrence Lima in the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party. We still they continue for look at the issues of political violence we been come out na constituency 56 na SamayaBendugu over the weekend. Now they come na studio as earlier I tell una say we they get somebody from the Political Parties Registration Commission and then responsible for ensure say all political party conduct themselves in a peaceful manner. Well, at the studio this morning we get Lucien Momo, we are Director of Training and External Relation. We come out from the Political Parties Registration Commission. Good morning, Mr. Momo, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, family Onado.
All right, so we see also on issue a joint statement now with the ECSL for ban the APC and the SLPP not for all political rallies them again ahead of the by-election at constituency 56. But before we come look at that joint statement and waiting been prompt that decision, let me go back as institution we get the mandate for regulate political party them. The conduct of political party, especially the APC and the SLPP during by-elections, them now one way don't they bring so many violence, so many issues them. Na Kono, Potloko recently, the Tonko Limba violence, and self this recent one on a constituency 56. Una as a comrade body for them political party, how una know they see the conduct of them political party during the campaigns them?
Well, of course, Bumbuna morning again. The commission, first of all, not happy with the issue of violence when it comes to by-elections for so many reasons. And the recent one happened on the 7th of June, now one. And I'd all listened to the Secretary General for the interim body, APC, and the Publicity Secretary of the SLPP. I think, say, it's high time we begin talking the truth. Because few weeks ago, the ECSL, the old stakeholders meeting, where PPRC be part of, SamayaBendugu, where the candidates for the APC and the representative them and the candidates for the SLP, the representative them, did it. And the ECSL been give the rules where I think say people in the flout. All of this violence where they happen.
When you say people in the flout,
the political party members and the supporters, then the flout.
Both political parties.
Both political parties, then the flout. In some instances, one go flout, one no flout. So they talk in general.
Okay.
What they bring all these problems is bringing in people them who are not indigenous of their localities. Then that can be problem. You know, because for what you understand from all of this where they happen, then they bring people from Maboka, they bring people from Makeni into SamayaBendugu. You understand? Where some man don't even know their way around. On Saturday, I've been there SamayaBendugu because we get a meeting, emergency security meeting, where we will forget to the APC candidates in people them and the SLPP candidates and people them. Yeah. In the instance in the morning, there was a decision, a security decision that campaign not for the Saturday, campaign not for the Sunday. But because the APC they converge, then they wait for Maboka axis, you know, for enter inside SamayaBendugu or through Bumbuna, you know, we say, okay, I'd like me address this situation now. When at the issue of Saturday, the APC were not stopped from entering. The issue was the vice president slept in SamayaBendugu. He was to move out by 8-9 in the morning. The AIG, where did they, Mr. Gabriel Tommy, and the ONS boss, safe, been did it. The AIG operations, Mr. Mana, been did it. The Brigadier General, where they in charge of, I don't know if now operations, is even at the military, Brigadier Alston was there. And there was a decision that when they not go once where the vice president the cross come, then self the cross go, let confrontation not happen. So the decision was una wait the vice president move out, una move in. So that was the situation. Video and they all around, not play around the thing. Okay. The APC people then bulldoze through the security. That is lawlessness where PPRC and the security sector not they accept again in this country. Not be fair. Then now then do the video then for themselves. Then get people to talk, we don't bulldoze, we don't come inside. Which means that is lawlessness. See, they apart from this joint press release, the PPRC they pull another press release for condemn the violence that already happened. And the people of SamayaBendugu, if you go there, from when we don't go there before and now peaceful people them. Peaceful people them. And when we there, the people then say, now they can't go inside bush back, we go hide because we're afraid. And why not for make people afraid? Why political party them for always they create a situation for make the people them, you know, this then just want for and they say one political party, political parties, especially the APC, SLDP, they just want for disenfranchise the people of this country.
So looking at the issue with being a SamayaBendugu chiefdom, I mean, according to the Honorable Abdul Kagbo, it say they were intimidated and humiliated politically, then points gone pan them. And what you they explain so totally different from waiting in the state. So in all of this, what they say the fact?
What me they say now is the honorable, let's say, guns were pointed at them. They do them video them. Not to post in video. Now them video for themselves and send on social media. At this SamayaBendugu, I begin receive the video them. Let them bring, what me they say, politician them, I don't deal with them for the last 12 years. Then go bring allegations, say we get evidence, they will never come out with them. If you get evidence, come out with those evidence. Let the people of this country and let the police look at this evidence.
So the tension will happen on this particular chiefdom from which you don't say the lawlessness APC supporter and executive them. This whole problem you want to caused just by the APC party?
For the instance of Saturday, I go tell you, say, the APC we are lawless on Saturday. They were very, very lawless. Because if the security sector don't tell you, say, wait, Naya, wait, Naya, let the vice president come out. It will surprise you. They not video the sideway. Then and the vice president meets up. When the vice president can and talk to Samuel Kamara and move back. It will surprise you. Say that happened. But waiting the security sector they look at on Saturday. Now the issue because of violence happening on the 7th. Let they not crisscross. Then issue can happen. Then say una wait Naya. By Matora and girls school and that. We just enter for go inside Bumbuna. Not even inside Bumbuna and block themselves. Now Matora girls school. Now they checkpoint day. So if they say wait now, let this come out nado, let you go inside. Waiting bad pandande. Then una bulldoze. There is a video. I know some now don't see the video. Where the people they both say we don't bulldoze. We don't bulldoze. Now call things by their names.
Earlier,
we don't bulldoze.
Mr. Momo, earlier you say the PPRC don't notice say the political party and the flout the rules so na put now the stakeholders meeting, especially for this by-election for Apuna constituency 56. From earlier, before Saturday, I don't notice in the flout Una as a parent body way gets the mandate for regulate them political party. What Una do for check them or for remind them say there are existing rules so not supposed to go by.
That is why we been there SamayaBendugu on Saturday. We call an emergency meeting where for be attended by the two candidates and the representative them. We did SamayaBendugu 9 o'clock in the morning, meeting for start 10 o'clock. The SLPP candidates and representative they make themselves available. We call the APC candidates, he say, then block them. We make some interventions. Say, we'll get a meeting. Then say, we say, let we wait for them 2 hours, then go don't come. We waited 3 hours. They never showed up. At 1 o'clock, we start the meeting. 1:30, the next SamayaBendugu. They not come the meeting. At the surprise way, Honorable Abdul Kagbo, they say, now one side we listen to on Saturday. They were invited. They said they make a representation. Even Abdul Fatoma of Chadi been there na SamayaBendugu for attend that same meeting there. The meeting will call the meeting for talk to them, say, this violence on our resort to not call for. Let we find a way out for settler. We be not even prepared an MOU when they for sign up to. For say, then go do A, B, C, D, and E. They were there. We don't start the meeting in 30 minutes. Then they told done that meeting there by 3 o'clock. They not attend the meeting for reasons best known to them.
Oh, they not attend the meeting.
The
exactly.
APC candidates and the representatives.
Okay.
And in my presence, the Chadi executive secretary called the former secretary general of the All People's Congress. We say, then they na checkpoint, then they come. We call the councillor for the Tonkolili District Council, one lady. He said, then they come. But Usa say something is wrong. Then they tell the NEC commissioner for North one thing. Then they tell the PPRC the other thing. Then go say, they don't block we. Then go say them don't left free. We they can 2 hours from now. Okay, fine and well, we waited 3 hours. We'll carry on with the meeting. They not ever attend the meeting. Then team up na junction, then crowd na the junction. They not can at the meeting. Where I believe say if we don't hold that meeting there with them all too, we for them able for fan we all they make sure say we regulate them properly. So now we left with no option now for bandits, then street rally, then they go you rally, go fan field, go fan town hall, you go get at the people and they you rally, you talk to them. Because we don't see over the years, rally not make sense in this country. Now for just give people a room and make rudeness, that it's seeing cause and all of those things, no messaging.
Let we look at the decision waiting prompt this decision. For wanna do a joint press release, so say wanna say now they ban all rallies them ahead of this by-election.
Well, the decision born out of the fact that the 1991 Constitution and the Political Parties Act of 2002 and the Public Elections Act of 2012, the PPRC and the NEC, two different mandates. One, NEC part of the mandates now for make campaign days them available. We mandate now for make sure say political party them.
All right, Mr. Momo, we'll come back to you.
Yes, problem as I been say. The decision born out of the fact that we get a mandate where the supreme law in this country, the PPRC, and where it give the Electoral Commission Salon. Electoral Commission for Salon, then they for conduct elections and draw up campaign timetable for political parties them in consultation with political parties themselves and stakeholders what they can do during the PPLC meetings. And that was done. And we primary mandate we now for register political party now for make sure say then conduct themselves within the ambit of the law. And if we don't see say political party they no one for conduct themselves within the ambit of the law, we not get no other option now for regulate them and put them down in place where they're supposed to be.
So
And we do that one day because the law permits we for say, okay, we still maintain the next campaign timetable, but we no one street rally again. Una go fan field, una go fan town all of Barry, una get una assemble una people and they una talk to them, they una scatter. Because we don't see say this is the trend. Once you allow them for rally, people will begin to throw words. So man they go beer and say at not so bone, it's not the money. So for make sure say them be regularized, we don't say particularly that particular constituency day say then go into elections on Saturday coming. Nobody know the rally. That's it. And we don't call on the security apparatus for take notes.
So the issue of banning political party them not for rally, we can prepare themselves for any election. Not to the first thing this we see PPRC don't they take them. You think say this strategy or this form of way of regulating them in any way they work?
Yes,
Because
it
I
dey
can
work.
ban them, but we didn't continue. The issue of violence still dey occur.
It dey work. It dey reduce tension. Now I will give you an example of even 110 when we ban rally. When they may therefore do a by-election day, we say the tension decrease. The tension decrease to a maximum level. Because even at that, you for don't tell the police 24 hours before you get to rally say, now they can't talk to people then.
This action, Mr. Momo, na temporal action just for the by-election at constituency 56, or PPRC get plan for maintaining going to the general elections?
For now, it's for 056. And if political party then continue in this trend, they don't even think for rally 2023.
The political
Let them begin feel them now the various districts, regions, where they go talk to them people them. Where picking not behave well. If you be the year and 10,000 lunch, where they eat luxuriously in school, you they reduce down to 5,000.
PPRC
They go to
seem-
bread and binge.
Mr. Momo, PPRC seem not forget control over the political party. They're not able to regulate them.
Well, I think say you they miss the point. PPRC able regulate them. Now could they regulate them
So
so
if you're not able to regulate them, why then they flout rules they want to give them?
people in this world, why make police day? If people are to be regulated, they'll not from get religion safe or get security agencies therefore regulate people. Mortaman by nature, you know they predict them. Now I make one little scholar they say you able for determine somebody in mood by face. You look na face. And they say determine the book by in cover. So if people don't want to be regulated, we are going to regulate them. That is why we don't place a ban on street rally now 056. Then try any other side the same thing. Like I say, let them be careful. Maybe 2023 there will be no rallies.
So
they will find places to go and talk to their people.
So look,
in developed democracy, advanced democracy, now so it be. Then they take stadium them, they take theater them, people they work a good day. They want them dance day one whole day. It's not our business.
No, that's not the nature of form of campaign where this part of the country used to among political party them.
The thing what they say is, let's look at all of these campaigns. People go in and treat for morning, dance, drink rum, and waiting. Then when they reach to the final destination, Usai the candidate get for talk to them. Some man don't tire, don't sleep. Some man don't even know the message. Now Allah no more than get clap. So we want for them concentrate themselves at one point where then go for listen to the messages. You not go tell me say from when we get sense, when we begin vote 1996. When then they campaign, you don't ever see then they say during the campaign then speaker the way then gets then they say if we can we go do this, if we can we go do this, if we can we go do this, we go do that. No. Music against the opponent, mamikos, and fete, drink rum. What in that they get for do to the development of this country? We don't think say rally na street na salon. It don't make no sense.
All right. Quickly in 1 minute, Mr. Momo, Mr. Kokas have just stated earlier say from the tone of voice, PPRC look vexed by the political parties them. But now na time follow na all a peaceful dialogue and find a way around for tackling political violence here. Waiting at the next plan for PPRC.
Well, of course, we continue for monitor the situation, and we call on the leadership of the APC and the SLPP for Fenway for let them sit down and talk and chat the way forward for the people of Sierra Leone. If the people they want for let vote for you, now the people themselves you want for harm, who go vote for you? Right. Now the question that I want to ask them. And at the end of today or midday today, we will pull another press release where we'll try to address this particular issue. And we'll call on the people them of SamayaBendugu and Bumbuna, because part of Bumbuna, they 56 and SamayaBendugu. We'll call on them people and they for let them ensure that they on Saturday they conduct themselves peacefully, then go cast their votes and go back and sit down in your